What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm joined by
Gersh1,
the one and only. And today we are back at it answering your many pleasing questions in this episode of Martha Stewart's For the Greater WAAAGH!
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. We've been to jail. Just like Martha Stewart.
Oh yeah, she did.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, so this question comes from
Carlos, and he asks, how believable do you find it that the God Emperor of mankind, the guy who betrayed countless of his own warriors, sacrificed untold movements, he had a moment of sympathy for Horus which caused him to nearly die? I find it far more probable that he just got his ass kicked during the fight, and that the Imperium did a little bit of propagandizing. That.
So yeah, like you do bring up a good point, because with any type of... Okay, so first you have to understand that the Imperium of Man is run by the Imperial Creed. Mm-hmm. The Imperial Creed, just like any religious faction, think of Scientology, what do? They make shit up. So of course they must have pushed the Emperor higher than what he actually was. Feats like destroying the dragon.
Yeah, they're destroying the Void Dragon.
The Void Dragon.
Or capturing it because he didn't kill it.
Yeah, all of this craziness that you think like the Emperor, or that paints the Emperor as a god, when in reality he was just a dick. So let's give you the top five crappy things that the Emperor did. Hashtag clickbait. Wow.
Number 1 will shock you. So, number 5. What is one of the most worst things that the Emperor could have possibly done? He did nothing. Throughout all of humanity's early years and onto the Age of Strife, he did nothing to help a brother out.
While there were techno-barbarians destroying the world, people getting raped, people getting it up the butt, what did the Emperor do? Watched. That's all he did. That's horrible. He's a horrible, horrible person.
But he was like, let humanity do what humanity does best.
Kill themselves.
Yeah.
And then, well, number 2.
Or number 4.
Oh, number 4. Number 4 is, after he decided to do something, he created the Thunder Warriors, his elite group of just, army or whatever. After they've conquered the world, what is their reward? He kills them. He killed the Thunder Warriors, or he ordered the Thunder Warriors to be murdered. Of course, there were some that survived. Check out our 40 Facts video on the Thunder Warriors. I forget what the guy's name is. There's an individual, a Thunder Warrior that survived, who's pretty badass, and I still think he's alive, but that's beside the point. He kills his main like bodyguards, or his main like friends, family. Thing. Pretty fucked up.
Number 3.
What do we say number 3 was?
Hashtag
Magnus did nothing wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had... Oh no, before we get to the Primarchs. Number 3. Apparently he knew about chaos. And supposedly he made a pact with them. Some secret treaty. And that's why all the Primarchs, when they were in their gestation pods, they got flung out of here.
Yeah, he had the possibility, or he had the ability not to put psychic powers into those Primarchs, but he chose to do it. And even after he found the Primarchs, after they were scattered, he only told one of them about chaos, Magnus, because of course Magnus was psychically powerful.
Right.
But meanwhile, you have freaking what's the Night Haunter's name?
Conrad Kurz.
Yeah, having nightmares. Perturabo having visions, but he says nothing. Like, that's some booty. Like, he was just a really bad father.
Hashtag Happy Father's Day.
That's 2 days ago? 3 days ago?
3 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Then number 4.
Number 2. Girl.
Oh, number 2. Jesus. He never told anybody about the Webway project. Like, he was horrible at organizing his Imperium after he decided to step away. Like, it wasn't that difficult to just, let Horus know of well, number 1, chaos, and number 2, like, hey, I'm creating something right now that's going to really help humanity. be cool for a little bit. That's what I would have said.
Chill, man. Chill.
Yeah, just chill. Hold on, homie. Don't go to, what is it, Davin? Yeah, that's where he got stabbed, right?
With the
With the sword. And then finally, number 5. Now we can say
number 1, girl.
Oh, number 1. The one you won't believe, even though we already told you. Hashtag Magnus did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He messed up Magnus.
Yeah, he messed up Magnus. He messed up Horus. Honestly, he was a bad dad. We kind of reiterate that, but again, it's number 3 and number 1 for a reason, because he's such a horrible, figure of authority. He puts the blame on psychers, saying, you guys are too powerful, Council of Nicaea it. Yeah. Ikea. And he's like, yeah, sorry, Magnus, don't do that. On top of this, he sends Leman Russ to kind of quell down the Thousand Sons. Why would you send your executioner as hey dude, keep it cool? Obviously, if you're sending him, you want something to go down, and that's why Horus, with his chaotic abilities, he's like, you know what?
Fuck him up.
Yeah, and on top of this, he made a mockery of Lorgar when he was literally just preaching the word of the Emperor to all these other human civilizations.
Yeah.
Just not in the right way, but again, he basically ridiculed him. He destroyed his favorite city or planet.
It was a city.
Yeah. And then finally at the end, he played favorites. Horus was always his favorite, so much so that he allowed Horus to basically do the whole Horus heresy and almost die. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's your favorite son, and you want, redemption. You want him to see the faults in himself. But, that this guy almost killed. You're sitting on the throne because of your own stupid misfortunes.
And then just another one that I think was supposed to be in the list, but we forgot about
0.
Number 0. He can communicate with the Imperium right now. He talked to Guilliman, he talked to the sisters.
He talked to his Adeptus.
Garbatus, or Custodes, there you go.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to delegate. That's some booty. Anyways, moving on.
That was a good question, Carlos.
I hope you guys enjoyed our thumbnail. Next question. I have one from Mike Hamza. This is his second attempt. Why is the Mechanicum so against innovation in tech when it could help the Imperium on all fronts? Was the Emperor anti-innovation in the way that the Mechanicum is, or was he the patron of inventors?
Well, first of all, their whole religion, the whole Omnissiah thing, tells them don't invent.
Yeah.
Don't get creative. We're good. Keep doing what you're doing.
And the reason for that is that a lot of technology, like you see now, everything is starting to become smart. Mm-hmm. There's machine learning, and the Men of Iron, which was a creation by humans that was corrupted and turned on humans. They're basically AI. Mm-hmm. Think of iRobot, but in the grimdark future of the 41st millennium or 30th millennium. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they rebelled against the Imperium, so they don't want that to happen again. Innovation means creating smart technology, and smart technology is the Adeptus Mechanicus knows that smart technology is it puts you down a path of corruption and Men of Iron and badness. Because even if you think of the Tau, which are the most technologically themed race, because I wasn't going to say advanced, because the Necrons are more advanced, but yeah, they're the most technologically themed race. The drones, they're basically AIs, right? Yeah, they're really minute levels of AI. They'll do some tasks, but they can't literally think for themselves. So. Yeah. But don't get it twisted though. The Adeptus Mechanicus, if a tech priest sees the potential to take technology, make it his own, and then call it technology from the Age of Strife, he's gonna do it. Yeah, there's times where they've used Necron tech and just called it really, really old, unknown human technology. Yeah. Like the phase swords that the Death Watch use. Yep. They're basically Necron swords. Basically. Next question. This one's by Morgan McCown. Could you use Flex Seal to close the Eye of Terror? That stuff is
I've used it before. I actually had a shed door, and I sprayed it, and now I got a boat. No, but yeah, I mean, you could try.
Yeah,
But if you try using Flex Seal on the Eye of Terror, it's probably just gonna end up flexing on you. Like Gersh is right now. With his rippling biceps. Damn.
Next question comes from Marcel Goose. You gave us a really good question yesterday. So let's see. How would 40K be different if the Emperor was a girl? There'd be a lot more cooties.
Ooh, I actually didn't go to school for 3 days because I thought I had cooties.
He really just had gingivitis.
Probably. I feel like it wouldn't be a difference. Like, I mean, look at Age of Sigmar. You got Sigmarines that are boys and girls. There's no difference.
Hashtag equality, hashtag feminism, hashtag comment section is gonna get lit. Next question.
Ben Stringer. What if the Blood Ravens join Chow?
Who's Chow?
You forgot to put an S on Chaos.
Oh.
I think Chow would be like, what are you guys doing? This is my house. Get away.
Who's Chow?
It's my buddy from 3rd grade.
Oh.
Think Spider-Man's best friend from Homecoming, but with hair. Like, yeah, like a little afro.
The actor that played that guy didn't have hair?
No, not any. Like, recently he shaved it off, but in the movie he had hair.
Oh. What was this question?
What would happen if the Blood Ravens joined Chaos?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's not.
Yeah, it is, because the Blood Ravens... Did he say Blood Ravens? Or? Oh, never mind. That's not a good one.
No.
If the Blood Ravens join Chaos, all it means is that more Psychers, more Sorcerers for the Zinchian thingy-majig.
Yeah.
Because they come from the Thousand Suns.
And they're already good at stealing relics, so maybe they'll steal other relics, more relics.
They'll steal your heart.
Oh.
Listen to your heart.
When it's calling my name?
Sure. The Raven Guard turning Chaos, that would be really cool because they're like stealth. So you would have like almost like the Night Hunters with like instilling fear, but it would be like, you know, striking from above. The Raven Guard can attack people and talons and basically the Night Hunters. Never mind, it would just be the Night Hunters. All right, next question, and probably the last questions. Would you got one?
This is by I have no mouth and I must meme. A long ass time ago, there was official material for Chaos Genestealer cults, and they were pretty cool. What's your take on this? Chaos Genestealer cults.
That's awesome.
That sounds cool.
Because it makes sense. I think a Genestealer is more... A Genestealer is less hive mind... No, yeah, less hive mind and more like animalistic. So him getting infected would make more sense than like the Hive Fleet getting infected. So then you have a Genestealer who's a cultist, and then the Hive, the full Tyrannid fleet comes, and then they like stow away. That Chaos corruption stows away in the Hive Fleet. But I wonder if the Hive Fleet would destroy that Chaos cult. Kind of like when you... So Ants Canada has like this farm where one of the farms was plagued by little mites. And those mites kept spreading throughout the colony. So what the colony started doing is they started pushing away like the ones that had the mites. So they basically were quarantining them by themselves. I wonder if the Tyrannids hive mind would know to do that. Like they would get to the planet, start consuming it, see that the Chaos cultists who are Genestealers are corrupted, quarantine them and killing them. I wonder if that would happen.
Maybe that's what happens with I believe it's called Gorgon. Is that the Hive Fleet?
Oh,
that
Gorgon,
fights?
yeah.
Fights Chaos.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Good question. Hashtag Ants Canada. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Don't forget we have a Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos. If you can't support us by doing that, we understand, simply by liking, commenting, sharing, especially the sharing part. It helps out the channel when you share.
That's right, because sharing is caring.
Love thy neighbor.
That's all we got. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we will see you next time.
Always used to put my freedom first.